So in this video I'm down here in Sillot, just near the little boatyard right at the end of the beach. Now we're going to take a walk through the resort to show you what you can expect if you're coming over for the summer.
And you'll get an idea of prices in what might just be Mallorca's cheapest holiday resort.
Now you may remember on an earlier video to my channel that I did make a guide to this area, which I'll link to at the end of this video, but you will remember the very turquoise blue seas that we did see over here. However, this is mid-May in 2023 and as you're well aware we have had some storms down here, so the sea is looking just a little bit on the dark side. You can see we've got a little bit of clouds coming in as well. But I'm going to give you an idea of what you can expect from this absolutely lovely little resort. Now you're going to notice as well that holidays to this resort tend to be a little bit cheaper than to maybe other parts of the island. But I have to say that the beach down here is just as lovely as everywhere else on the island. You're a little bit far away from Palma, but you're also in a great location really near to Porto Cristo. You're just down the coast as well from Sa Coma, or right next door to Sa Coma, and you're also very close to Cala Millor and also to Cala Bona too. But we're going to have a look at the restaurants here, and I do believe that we're going to have a nice surprise with regards to pricing for food over here. So one of the most prominent restaurants over here is the Uncle Willy restaurant. It's got some lovely views over the beach, as you can see from here. But I'm going to show you something actually which I've just found, which is actually rather a nice surprise if you're coming over here on holiday. So I'm just looking at the menu here, and I have found that in other resorts around the island the going price for a paella is well over 20 euros, but over here in Sillot it's just 16.90 euros. Now we do have slightly choppy waters today. Normally the sea down here is very calm. If you're coming over with really small kids, do not worry too much. By July and August this is going to be like a pond, and I'm sure I'll be back as well to show you what it's like. Now I'm just outside the Hotel Colombo here. They do have a restaurant and it's also open not just only to guests but anyone who's staying down here in the resort or visiting for the day. You can come over here and get yourself a buffet lunch for just 10 euros, and that also includes a drink as well, which is absolutely fantastic value. Let me know in comments below if you have eaten there and also what the food is like. I'm outside the Cafe Sillot as well. You can get a coffee and a croissant for 3 euros, and a pizza and a drink is just 10 euros from here. Now if you are looking for some local food and not necessarily your burgers or your pizzas, and I'm outside the Tapareri. Got some very nice traditionally Spanish food down here, Mallorquin food. The plato del dia, the dish of the day, is grilled sepia or grilled squid, and that's just 7 euros. That's just an incredible value. But I can see here they do a whole selection of paellas as well. Grilled meats too. I'm just coming up to the Prohibition cocktail bar as well, and I've seen that cocktails start from 8 euros down here. You can also get a beer for 3 euros too. And just check out the views that you're getting from over here. The sea looks a little bit more blue from this angle. This is just a most stunning beach. Got a fair serving of ice cream down here as well. You can get your ice cream sundaes over here from around 10 euros. And we're just approaching a restaurant here which I know does a good English breakfast too, so let's go and check it out. So we're outside the Chiringuito Sillot. Just to give you an idea of how much steak and chips is, 17.50. Let's check out, let me find the price of an English breakfast is just 6.90 euros, and the veggie breakfast is 6.50 euros. So again, that's really good value. We've got some huge hotels here that back onto the beach too, and they also have their own bars and restaurants, which even if you're not staying there you can stop off at too. I'm just outside the Universal Perla Hotel too, which is a huge complex here. Check out the sea view that you're going to get from this hotel. And you can just see where we've come from just over here in this direction. Now right through Sillot, right behind the back of the beaches here, you do have this lovely walkway. It's great for promenading during the day and also in the evening. And this is the one thing that I really do love about this resort. And as you come out of your hotel in the morning as well, you can get a good idea of where you want to be on the beach. Now, I've just found the price list here for the sunbeds right down here on the far end of Sillot beach. €5 for a sunbed for the day. For two, you're going to be paying €15.50 for two sunbeds and a beach umbrella. The safety deposit box is €1 more, which is great to see you have that option. But this is really unusual. So the hours of service here are between 12 and 4, which only makes me assume that if these sunbeds are free outside of those times, then indeed the sunbeds are free to rent outside of those times. So enjoy if you're coming down to Sillot. This could well be, as I've said, the cheapest resort here in Mallorca for this summer. Now Sillot, just like all the other resorts in this area, is a full chock-a-block with huge hotels. So maybe as well you can understand why you're going to get a package holiday down here, which might be just a little bit cheaper than some of the other resorts on the island. But it's not to say that you're going to be missing out on great views down here. So I'm just looking over at this swimming pool here on the, I think that's the Playa Morea Hotel. And just looking over towards the beach. So everything here is in really close proximity. And it's super easy here to get around to. Now, as we come onto the other side of the little bridge here, we're coming out onto other shops, other hotels, and other restaurants too. Now, as I come up to another restaurant over here in Sillot, I can also see what looks like to be the cheapest English breakfast that we have here in all of Mallorca, and I really challenge any other cafe here to say differently, but for €5.50 you can pick up an English breakfast down here. And I'm right outside the Platja Brava restaurant here, just as you cross the bridge over in Sillot. Even the main meals here are quite reasonably priced too. You can get fish and chips here for €11.50. Now, in fact, all along the Sillot seafront here, you've got a collection of restaurants too. And all of these restaurants have just these amazing sea views. Now, all along Sillot, as you head on down into Sa Coma, there's literally a plethora of things to do, everything from boat rentals to bike hires. But check this out. I'm outside the super bike shop here. And look, you can rent a standard bike here for an hour for just €6. Goes up to €7 for another hour, and so on. If you're renting a safari bike as well, for two people it'd be €12 for an hour, or the big family ones are also €12 too. So just check out everything that you can rent here. They're super good fun as well if you're coming over here on holiday. And of course you can go all the way through Sillot and all the way through Sa Coma as well on these two. It's also super easy to get around down here. I can see the little trenette stop here. It's the number 8 stop. That runs regularly, hourly in the mornings and in the afternoons too. There's also a bus as well which goes up to the zoo if you fancy visiting the zoo also. Now as we head on further towards Sa Coma, and we're just coming up to this area here where you can rent your Segway tour, you can go diving, and again you can rent all these bikes too. Just to get an idea of the pricing down here as well, a Discover scuba diving tour is €95. That's actually really fantastic value. So you can learn the basics of scuba diving, and you'll also get a little certificate too. The whole tour lasts between 2 and 3 hours. Absolutely brilliant if you want to see what is underneath the sea. And as we come to the far end of Sillot here, we're now entering into Sa Coma. Okay everyone, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my walk through Sillot in this video. Don't forget, I've got more information on my website on majorcaunderthesun.com. You can find me also on the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun. Don't forget to consider subscribing if you're hoping to come over to the island this summer too. I'm also going to share as well with you a guide that I made to this particular area just over here on YouTube, and another guide as well that you may well be interested in if you're hoping to visit this summer. Thanks very much for watching everyone, and I shall see you on the next video. Goodbye for now.